Hello, and welcome to Auto Be Careful, the place for car safety, news, and information. I'm Gene, and I've owned my Mercedes Benz GLS for a full year now. So today we're going to take a look at what it's been like to own this vehicle for a year, including some of the repair and maintenance costs. But first, we need to get it over to its first annual service. So let's get started. So I'm on my way to the dealer right now to get the Service B service done. And it's the first time it's gone in for service for like a regular service. Oil change, fluids, filters, that sort of thing. Service B, I believe, is a little bit more robust than Service A, which is typically the first service. So it's important to take care of your vehicles and make sure that they're running well. I'm hoping that they don't find too many other things. We're hoping that it's just as simple fluids and filters and basic things, but we're gonna find out very shortly. I'm just about to pull into the dealership and we'll see what it takes. Okay, leaving the dealer. So we just had the service done. The service went smoothly. There were no surprises. And so we're on our way home. I dropped off the loaner car, which they were so generous to provide at no cost. So we're back from the dealer after completing the first annual service on the GLS since I bought the car. And we're going to go over some of the repair, maintenance, and other costs that have accumulated over the past year. But before we get into that, I want to start by talking about what my experience has been with the GLS so far. So I purchased this vehicle a year ago and I bought it as a certified pre-owned vehicle. That means that it comes with the standard 4-year warranty from Mercedes Benz from when the vehicle was new in 2021, plus an additional 12 months warranty as a certified pre-owned vehicle, which gives me peace of mind in case anything goes wrong early in my ownership to make sure that the vehicle is going to run well and not have any problems for me. Now, I took time to find a vehicle that was going to have all of the features that I needed in addition to being a certified pre owned vehicle. That meant that I was looking for a vehicle with driver's assistance. It meant that I needed a vehicle that was big enough to fit my whole family. And I wanted some additional climate controls to make sure that everyone in the car was comfortable. Now, because I was looking for a vehicle that had so many specific features, it took quite a while to find the right car. I was looking for several months. But I'm happy to report that because I found the vehicle that met all of my needs, my experience so far has been incredible. I had two main goals when purchasing this vehicle. I wanted to use it as a daily commuter car for myself and be able to take my family on larger trips. As a daily commuter, this vehicle has been amazing. The driver assist package in particular has been hugely helpful to give me peace of mind and ensure that I stay safe and can get home to my family in one piece. This vehicle has also been a fantastic family hauler. With the addition of crossbars to carry cargo on the roof, as well as a hitch that allows me to add a cargo carrier on the back, I'm able to fit tons of things on the vehicle and keep everyone in the car comfortable and happy, which is not always easy to do with children. I do want to mention that I didn't drive this vehicle as much as I do in a typical year because I wasn't going into the office as much. I only drove 4,741 miles. This is important because the annual service for Mercedes Benz vehicles is triggered either by time or by miles. So if you drive a lot more, your annual service may come up more frequently. Now, not everything about this vehicle was perfect when I purchased it. It did have a couple problems right from the start, and it didn't come with any accessories from the previous owner, which meant that I also had to purchase a few things right off the bat. There were three main issues with the vehicle when I purchased it. The first was it did not come with two keys, so a second key needed to be ordered, which is a surprisingly long process from Mercedes Benz. Allegedly, this is due to security to ensure that people aren't ordering keys to have them programmed to random vehicles, but it was kind of frustrating as a new owner to not be able to get a second key right away. The other issues included problems with the vehicle itself. The center console only opened to one side. As you can see here, it actually should be opening to both sides,
When I purchased the vehicle, only one side would open when the button was pressed, which meant that it had to go immediately into service in order to get that part replaced and allow both sides to open simultaneously. It wasn't too bad, but it was a little frustrating. The other issue was a broken seam on the headrest for the front row passenger side seat. This was a pretty easy fix, and the dealer was actually able to fix this before I even left with the car. Thankfully, the dealer wrapped all of the issues that I mentioned into the purchase process, so there was no cost for any of these. I did also purchase a few other accessories for the vehicle when I bought it. I purchased two license plate frames for $32.81. I also purchased a trunk cover for the back to ensure nothing is visible in the cargo area from the outside when the vehicle is parked. That was $184.85. I also purchased floor mats for the vehicle, which included first, second, and third row for $325.94, and a trunk mat to ensure that the carpet in the back stays nice for $249.37. Now, I brought it back about a month later to fix three things. The first was to finally pick up the second key that had been ordered when I first purchased the vehicle. There was also a software recall that was causing issues with the transmission when shifting gears. And finally, there was an issue that was preventing the driver assist features from working. On the Mercedes Benz, there's actually a camera at the very front of the vehicle right under the Mercedes Benz logo. This camera is critical to the driver assist features on the vehicle, which is really unfortunate because since it's on the very front of the vehicle, it's really susceptible to debris such as rocks and other objects flying down the road. Thankfully, it was really easy to fix that problem. All they needed to do was replace the camera cover for that camera, and everything started to work just fine. As an added bonus, all of these repairs were covered, so there was no cost. 1 month later, I had to bring the vehicle back in for repair, this time to fix another recall. This one was caused by some loose wiring under the front passenger seat that posed a fire risk. Because this was a recall, there was no cost, and thankfully it was fixed very quickly. Then from April to August, there weren't any major issues with the car. But in August, someone got out of the second row passenger side seat and shut the door, noticing a loud thunk. Upon inspecting the second row passenger side door, I noticed that the door panel on the inside had come loose from the door itself. This was causing a thunk whenever the door was shut. It was also interfering with the second row sunshade on that side, which meant that the sunshade was behaving erratically, sometimes bouncing up and down on its own without staying in place like it needed to. I brought this into the dealer for repair, and thankfully it was covered under the warranty, so there was no cost to fix this issue. Although I did have to bring it back twice because the door panel did come loose again and needed to get fixed a second time. After that, there were no other issues with the car until I brought it in for its annual service this month. I did go back to the dealer in November to purchase crossbars to carry cargo on the roof, which was an eye watering $791.10. Which brings us to annual service B, which is the larger of the two annual services. It includes a brake fluid flush for $291.74, cleaning the evaporator core for $252.75, a three-part engine service, which is cleaning the crankcase, conditioning the engine oil, and fuel treatment for $176.82, replacing the cabin filters for $284.30, a tire rotation for $131.20, and a package which includes wiper blades, oil filter, oil plug, washer fluid, key fob battery, and labor for $1,028.35. That brings the total with tax on that first annual service to $2,214.81, bringing the grand total of ownership of my first year with a certified pre owned Mercedes Benz GLS 450 to $3,831.73. Now you know what it's like to own a certified pre owned version of one of the top Mercedes Benz SUVs available for the first year and 5,000 miles. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and remember to like and subscribe.